Welcome back to another tabletop review. Today we'll look at the SIG Sauer P238 Nitron Micro Compact. The miniature 380 ACP 1911 style pocket guns seem to be very popular today. Often referred to as micros, there is the Colt Mustang, the Springfield Armory 911, and the Kimber Micro Carry, to name a few. All are highly regarded. In fact, the Kimber Micro Carry 380 is currently the most viewed of all the guns reviewed in my videos. But it's been the SIG Sauer P238 that seems to have been the more popular micro in my area, at least until SIG came out with the P938, a 9mm version of the P238. And I've noticed that there's been a ton of videos on the P238 praising its merits. Occasionally I'm asked why I don't own a SIG, given their quality and popularity, and I always say the same thing: I'm just waiting for the best deal. On my wish list for quite a few years have been the 9mm 10-round P365 and yes, the 380 ACP 6-round SIG P238. Recently I added the 9mm 6-round P936 to the top of that wish list of the SIGs. A while back I was in a gun store and saw a couple of used SIG P238s and a P365 for sale at what I thought were fairly good prices for the current times. I'll just say that the selection of new or used handguns where I live has really dried up. Still, I restrained myself and didn't buy anything that day. I thought maybe I should hold out for the P936. A week later I went back and there was still no P936, new or used, available, and of course the used P365 was gone. However, the SIG Nitron model P238, which had Hogue grips on it at the time, looked very promising. I was able to strike what I thought was a pretty good deal, and so now I own a SIG. But after a few weeks with this gun, do I still feel that I made a good decision? Let's make sure that this one is cleared. The SIG Sauer brand name comes from the names of two sister companies involved in the design and manufacturing of firearms that came together in a partnership in 1976 under the name SIG Sauer. SIG was a Swiss company and Sauer was a German company. A separate company was founded in Virginia in 1985 with the name SIG Arms to import and distribute SIG Sauer firearms in the United States. Its headquarters were moved to New Hampshire in 1990. This company was renamed SIG Sauer Incorporated in 2007, and since really the 2000 year it's been organizationally separate. The US-based division, headquartered in Newington, New Hampshire, has over 2,300 employees throughout its 9 facilities in New Hampshire, Arkansas, and Oregon, where the company designs and manufactures firearms, ammunition, optics, suppressors, and air guns. One of the things that SIG Sauer is known for is that in 2017, SIG Sauer beat out Glock, Beretta, and other competitors for the U.S. Army's 9mm M17 modular handgun system. The P238 was introduced in 2009 and is modeled after the 1911. Now, for those of you not familiar with the 1911, it's a design that's been around for over 100 years. I won't go into its long history, but I will point out that the 1911 has been used by police and military personnel as the defensive handgun for more decades than any other handgun in the world. So the SIG Sauer P238 is sometimes referred to as a mini 1911. Now, I'll just say that not everybody is thrilled with the 1911's format and operation, but if you're a fan of the 1911, you're likely to love this little gun. A couple of things of note about the P238 is that it's a metal frame and slide, and all currently produced P238s come already equipped with night sights. While my P238 was used, it did have its original plastic case. In addition to the paperwork and the manual, it did have Hogue grips on it, so I've returned those to the gun here. I did purchase an additional 7-round magazine. It came with a 6-round magazine. These were the original polymer grips that I had on the gun earlier, and of course it came with a holster which is actually a fairly nice holster, and has the lock. SIG Sauer refers to its model P238 as a micro-compact. It's small enough to be pocket carried. I've actually been doing that for a few days to get a feel for that possibility, but it just seems a little too big to do so comfortably throughout the day. It does fit into my inside the waistband holster, worn at 4 o'clock. It actually is fairly comfortable. And I noticed that the holster that came with the SIG that was provided is a very comfortable holster, worn outside. Thank goodness the weather is permitting an easier concealment. The slide is stainless steel with a nitron finish. The barrel is carbon steel and it's 2.7 inches in length. The frame is alloy steel with a hard coat anodized finish. Sights are steel dovetail 3-dot Siglite night sights with a radius of 3.8 inches. Overall height is 3.9 inches. Overall length is 5.5 inches. Width is 1.1 inches. Weight with empty magazine is 15.2 ounces. Magazine capacity is 6.1. And of course, I've already mentioned that you can get a 7-round magazine with finger extension. Original grips were polymer. 1911 style safety feels solid and stiff, but functions naturally and easily off. The 1911 style slide release is very good in size and it's well placed. In the style of 1911, the trigger is single action only, which means the gun can only be fired with the hammer back and the safety off. The trigger pull is a little more than 6 pounds. Reset is very crisp and short. Very nice. Slide pull is actually very easy. Compared to full-size 1911, as you can see, it's much smaller compared to my Kimber 1911. And of course, compared to one of the other micros, such as the Kimber Micro Carry 380, it's almost identical in size. Now, since one of my favorite everyday carry guns is indeed the Kimber Micro Carry 380, I thought I would take it along with me to the range along with my new SIG. No, I don't own a Colt Mustang or the Springfield Armory 911. Wish I did, but this is not a comparison video anyhow. The similarities of the Kimber to the SIG P238 are obvious, and I really like the Kimber. So the question is, would I like the SIG as well or even more than the Kimber? I want to use the Kimber as a reference point. To be fair, I went back to the SIG's original polymer grips and the flush magazines on both of these guns for that assessment. After firing 200 rounds, what did I conclude? One of the points people make about the SIG P238 is how comfortable it is to shoot. My experience verifies that claim. Even with the flush magazine and polymer grips, this gun has a tame recoil. I like the large night sight dots on this gun. I can line up a shot fairly quickly, but I had trouble with my follow-up shots during holster drawing and rapid fire for some reason. I got better after repeated practice, but I was dead on with the Kimber right from the beginning. The SIG's trigger is noticeably heavier than the Kimber's. That could be the reason. Now, to be honest, I like the idea of the heavier trigger on the SIG. It might be safer to carry. I thought the SIG might be just slightly easier to rack, but my wife tells me she thinks that the SIG is definitely easier, or as she puts it, it's easy peasy for her. The Kimber feels better in the hand than the P238 with its standard grips, but when I put these hoe grips on the P238, well, I think the scales start to tip in favor of the SIG. Because I have large hands, I'm better shooting both of these guns with the extended magazines. Control shots taken at 12 yards on a 10-inch target were good. There's no doubt this gun itself is accurate. I like this gun and I wanted to be better with it, but if we're talking about shooter accuracy, at least in my case, there's no denying that I'm better with the Kimber. When it comes to cons, it's hard to come up with anything really serious in my opinion. Notwithstanding my own personal skill limitations, this is just a great little pistol. Now, I will state the obvious that as a 1911 style gun, there is indeed the issue of the safety and the single action trigger. For those of you like my wife who don't want to deal with thumbing off a safety on her personal carry, well, this probably is not the gun for you. And carrying a gun cocked and locked is a concern for some people. That's okay, but I consider that a style preference. It doesn't make this a bad gun, although it may not be a good choice for you. Now, that being said, the P238 functions well, but providing only one magazine is a bit of a bummer. And then to charge $60 for a 7-round magazine, now that's just outrageous. And I must also say that the 6-round magazine that came with mine only holds 5 rounds no matter what I do. I can't get that 6th round in. The new 7-round magazine I just bought functions perfectly. So this 6-round magazine must just be defective. Both magazines are labeled SIG Sauer, so who knows? This was a used gun. I mean, what can I say? SIG only wants $30 for the 6-round magazine, so I guess that's a deal. The thumb-up safety on this gun is almost too stiff. Thumbing off the safety is a little stiff, but it's okay. Compared to the smooth safety on and off of the Kimber, the difference is quite noticeable. And one final point I want to make is in response to all the complaints I see regarding the price of the Kimber and how much better the price point is on the SIG. Well, the Kimber Micro 380, which comes with 2 magazines I might add, has a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $651. Please note that this is less than the suggested retail price of the SIG P238. I'm just saying. Regarding pros, the big advantage of the SIG Sauer P238 was also possibly the biggest con. It's 1911 style construction. If you like the 1911, this is a great gun. And there's no doubt that SIG Sauer knows how to make a quality firearm. Perhaps not as smooth overall on the outside as the Kimber, but the P238 is nicely constructed and machined. Pick this gun up and work the action, and you can tell it is well made. Although it has a steel slide and frame, the P238 isn't heavy for its size. The SIG Sauer name is well respected for a reason, and this little P238 is no exception. Now, I complained a little bit about the sparse starter kit, but let me point out that the P238 comes standard with SIG-Lite night sights, and they are excellent. Target acquisition is quick and natural. Ergonomics are very good, especially with the extended magazine. I have large hands, so the flush magazine leaves me with only a partial grip. Nice for carry, but not so much for control and accuracy. The 1911 style trigger pull, while heavier than the Kimbers, is still very good. So far, I've not found any problems with the feeding of an assortment of full metal jacket rounds or hollow tip ammo through this gun. Also, the P238 is available in a number of finishes. 7 are currently listed on the SIG Sauer website. As I said earlier, I had put the original polymer grips back on this gun to see how it felt on the range, and the grips felt okay, but a little thin after the Hogue grip. Surprisingly, the recoil was fairly tame. But there's no doubt that the Hogue wraparound grips are an excellent addition. This is especially true when using the 6-round flush magazine. As with those 1911 style guns, the worst part of the breakdown and reassembly of the P238 is aligning the slide pin. That's this unit right here that pushes out from the other side of the frame. However, this gun seems easy due to perhaps maybe a lighter recoil spring and a better fitting of the parts. But whatever it is, it just seems fairly smooth to disassemble this. First thing we're going to do is remove the magazine, put the safety off. We're going to move this little half moon in the slide over to this other side of the slide pin, and when we do that, we can then push on the other side of the slide pin. That allows us to remove it, and now that it's off, we now can remove the slide from the frame, remove the spring and the rod, and remove the barrel. And that's pretty much it. Reassembly is reverse of this same process. We're going to return the barrel, and the rod has a half moon on it that goes down against the barrel. Once the barrel and the spring and the rod are returned to the slide, we can then return it to the frame. Before we bring the slide back, we have to push the extractor down. That's this little unit here. We just push that down so that it clears. Then we just lined the half moon up with the hole here. That allows us to return the pin. And with the pin in there, we just move now that slide back so the half moon is all the way back, so the notch there on that pin lines up. Push it down, and that's pretty much it. The manufacturer suggested retail price on the SIG P238 is $679. I've seen sale prices as low as about $540. A used price of $375 would be a good price. Well, to summarize, there's not much not to like about the SIG Sauer P238 Nitron. It may not be as smooth on the outside and as pretty as the Kimber Micro 380, but I think it's easier to rack the slide, and I like that it comes with night sight standard. I'll admit that I really like this little gun. I like the all-steel construction, and the fit and the finish are very good. Of course, it comes in a variety of finishes other than the Nitron model. It feels really solid, like it means business, even though it's in such a small package. It's comfortable to shoot, it's easy to carry. Heck, with enough practice, I think with these hole grips and these sights, I can improve my accuracy with this P238 with just some practice. Especially with 380 rounds though, shot placement is critical, so until then, I'll stick with carrying my Kimber. Okay, so I like this gun, and I'm glad I bought it. But would I choose it over my Kimber Micro Carry 380? Well, to be honest, probably not. But as similar as they are, it would be very hard to choose. They're both really great guns. There are some differences, and I like that because I like those differences in both. To be honest, I just really like both these guns, and that's why I'm glad I own both. But you probably want to know if I think the SIG Sauer P238 is a good choice. Well, obviously I do. The popularity of the P238 is spot on and well deserved. Any weapon you carry is better than the one you left at home. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll be back for my next tabletop review. Until next time, stay safe.